Hello everybody, welcome to the Diolio eBusiness Academy. Let me guide you in this video through some interesting topics in what we call e-business. We will review the e-commerce landscape and how can we classify different players, which portfolio strategy we need to put in place by player. Are you ready? Let me give you a little bit of background. During the last 30 years, both manufacturers and retailers have developed the science of selling. We have been using different terms to name this science: merchandising, category management, shopper marketing. Basically, we try to drive traffic to the store. In order to do that, we have been using resources as TV ads, leaflets, radio spots, or even movies or billboards. Once the shopper entered into the store, manufacturers and retailers combined efforts to increase his or her basket size with well-designed store layouts, efficient assortment techniques, store-by-store planograms, or even point-of-sale materials or electronic labels to implement dynamic pricing. And once your shopper paid in the cash line, we work on how can we make them come back to the store with loyalty programs or even discount coupons. But in the last 10 years, a new channel has arrived. We call it the online channel. And in this 2020, due to COVID, e-commerce has exploded globally. This completely new digital channel has its own rules. Instead of our traditional tools, we need to learn on how to deal with new digital levers. Let me show them. We need to know about share of search. We need to know also about keywords. We need to know about click and conversions. We also need to know about this concept, very interesting, buy box. And also, we need to know about this really important topic, ratings and reviews. A complete new set of digital tools that we need to understand to dominate and win in e-business. But let's first understand what is the difference between e-business and e-commerce. E-commerce is just an electronic transaction, the trading of merchandise over the internet. E-commerce is not a technology, but a mature set of technologies. We can set 1984 as the inception of e-commerce. Everything began when Jane Snowball, a 72-year-old lady, made the first online transaction in the UK. She bought three things: cornflakes, eggs, and margarine. Although there is an unofficial story. Back in 1972, students from MIT bought some weed to Stanford students. E-commerce must be just a piece inside your e-business strategy. As your classic commercial strategy, you need to understand the impact on how supply chain is gonna influence in e-business. Are you going to design for the channel? Do we need to design specific formats? New packaging? How are you going to deal with price comparisons in an online business where it is so easy to track consumer prices? Let's explore the different ways we can serve to our consumers in this new digital world. Follow me. Imagine I am a brand. How can I sell using these new digital channels? I can make direct selling, or I can use e-retail selling. If I go direct, we call this DTC or direct to consumer. But if I go through this channel, through the channel of e-retail selling, I can use what we call pure players, or I can use what we call brick and clicks. Let's talk about brick and clicks. We name brick and clicks to the classical retailer brick and mortar who goes digital. Brick and click is the online version of an offline business. So many of them still have a lack of dedicated resources. The most important topic, if we talk about portfolio strategy, is how to transfer the offline experience to online. In the brick and click category, apps must include features as push notifications, price checking, location devices, and some personalization functionalities, such as wish lists. Brick and clicks has a lot of room to grow. In France, for example, it is estimated that only 24% of online retailers have a transactional mobile app. The Fnac app highlights in-store sales and promotions, and also acts as a digital membership. Top brick and clicks in the UK are designed to echo and enhance both in-store and online shopping. Users can pre-check stock and organize a fast-track collection in-store or schedule home delivery. Tesco app keeps track of users' favorites for future purchases. Every article includes direct links to purchase. Many apps in this space now offer dedicated live chat using the mobile device as the contact channels of choice for many users. Most brick and clicks prepare orders inside its own physical stores. Retail employees pick orders directly from the shelves. Orders typically picked from a store near the delivery address. So portfolio strategy in brick and clicks is limited as on and off are the same for most of them. Let's talk a little bit about Walmart, the largest brick and click in the world. They have invested heavily to go digital. Grocery pickup is now available at 3,600 Walmart locations. It looks like the secret of e-commerce turns out to be stores at the end. Omnichannel retailing is the key for the future of brick and clicks. Pure players. Pure players are digital retailers born online. They do not have physical stores, and obviously they do not have profit legacy. They manage the business with what we call P&L flexibility. Most of them, as Amazon, play in the field of a single item purchase act. This means that shipping costs for one item can represent the whole profit. As manufacturers, to deal with this type of retailers, we need to develop a packaging able to protect the product during transportation and also during picking operations. One of the most important moments in e-business is the unboxing experience. We need to think that now our packaging is a powerful e-commerce marketing tool. It helps your brand tell its story. Product delivery is effectively the last point of contact that your consumers will have with your brand. It drives customer loyalty. We can profit from this strategy, including information for our consumers. One interesting trend is what we call ships in its own container. By using this portfolio strategy, we avoid manipulation during the whole trip of our product from our warehouses to the home of the consumer. Another interesting trend is the concept of frustration-free packaging. If we want to win in the online retail channel, we should design packaging that delights customers, reduces waste at the lowest delivered cost. One example of this is the new Tide EcoBox, a new packaging designed for optimization delivery cost. Portfolio strategy is key in our e-business strategy. We need to promote items with a high ASP. What is an ASP? The average selling price. Now let's explore a little bit more inside this channel we call pure players. We can classify pure players in 3 different categories: e-retailers, marketplaces, and last milers. E-retailers. An e-retailer is a type of pure player, a multi-brand online store where a specific brand sells its own products on the website. The inventory is owned by the website owner only. The website owner also invoices the customer and pays the value-added tax. Marketplaces. A marketplace is an online platform where the website owner allows third-party sellers to sell on the platform and invoice the customers directly. There are many sellers and buyers trading through the same website. Buyers are able to purchase products without leaving the site or the app. We must redefine the concept of competition in marketplaces. We can compete with our own brand sold by other vendors or by other wholesalers. Talking about portfolio strategy, there are some options to sell in marketplaces to avoid price comparison and to compete with our own brand sold by other sellers. We can use gift packs, special editions, bundle packs, or special prices. There are positive and negative aspects between e-retailers and marketplaces. If we talk about e-retailing, the most positive aspect is pricing and promotion. We can use pricing and promotion. On the other hand, we have some negative things like the fulfillment costs. If we talk about marketplaces, the main positive thing is that our revenue is equal to our fee, the fee we charge to sellers. And the main negative thing is that we have third-party fulfillment. This means that the quality of the supply chain of our sellers will determine the quality of our marketplace. Last milers. As shopper behavior evolves, consumers put one aspect on top of the rest if we talk about online sales: convenience. Last milers were born as a logistics service, but today we can consider them one of the key channels for the future of e-business. Last milers are a recent phenomenon. They appeared 6 or 7 years ago, and they have expanded their footprint really fast in many countries, especially in Latin America. Delivering in 15 minutes is a competitive advantage no retailer can even dream about it. And one of the key pieces for the future of last milers is this. We can call it a dark store. And what is a dark store? Dark stores are essentially warehouses that are laid out more like stores. They have 4 main advantages in their value proposition. An ultra-fast delivery. Some last milers are delivering orders in 7 minutes. They open 24 hours. There is no minimum. You can order one item you need for your recipe and you can have it while cooking. Okay? And the last thing is the low delivery fee. Probably with between $3, $4, $5 you can have your delivery at your home. Now that we have seen the different e-retail channels, let's visualize them into the world. If we look globally, we will find a predominant type of e-business platform by region. In North America, pure players are still leaders in e-business. In Europe, we can find a lot of brick-and-click initiatives. Latin America is the battleground of last milers, and Asia is the land of marketplaces. Keep in mind 3 key important takeaways. Number 1, differentiate our assortment by channel. Our competitors will be different in e-retailers, marketplaces, or last milers. Number 2, use Amazon Core to sell items with an average selling price above $11 or 15 euros, and use other options, Amazon Fresh, Amazon Prime, depending on the market you operate, to commercialize products below that price point. And finally, number 3, when managing brick-and-clicks, focus in premium SKUs. Brick-and-clicks are promoting premium items in their strategy. We are about to finish our first session on e-business. In this first video, we have came across the inception of e-commerce, and we talk about how e-commerce must be a part of a broader concept, e-business. We divided this new digital world into channels. Do you remember my chart on the board? So, we can sell a brand directly or through e-retail channels. In this first session, we have talked about pure players and brick-and-clicks. We gave you some tips about portfolio strategy in e-retail selling platforms. If we talk about portfolio strategy, remember that channel differentiation is key. In the following sessions, we will analyze the Amazon ecosystem, direct-to-consumer platforms, and some interesting revenue drivers and tools we can use to manage our brands in e-business. And finally, we will have a look into the future of e-business. We hope you found this session interesting. See you soon!